I'm on one today, baby. I'm on one today. It has been an action-packed day, Earl. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show with your Chicago Fly Guy, the Real Talk Podcast.
Yay. What's
It's
up,
going
people?
down.
Thank y'all for riding with us every week. We appreciate it. We appreciate the love. Stay with us.
Man, I'm telling you, let me tell you, we had a fun-filled day. Earl, we started off this morning at McKay Elementary School. They had their signing day, and the kids were lit. We had a ball. I got video. I put up a couple of videos already. I'm talking about turning up with the youth, having fun with the youth, and seeing kids be excited about their education. That's what it's all about. So many times we see kids, they really don't like school and really don't know what they want to do, but it was on today. What's up to everybody tuning in on IG, everybody tuning in live on Facebook, IntellectualRadio.com, iHeartRadio. It's about to go down. I promise you, there's going to be the hottest 50 minutes of your day.
Man, it was a great day, Simeon. Yes, to jumpstart today, we hung out with the top scholars at McKay Elementary who said that it was nothing good coming out of the South Side. Yes, those students are hot. Yeah. They are lit. And I think it's cool, Simeon, that they are doing a high school signing day. Yeah. You don't typically hear about that. It's non-traditional, but it's promoting to rock the grade. It's promoting academic elevation, is promoting academic excellence, because we know that in order for our young people to reach their full potential in life, part of their journey has to do with excelling academically, and quality education is the key. And so we are grateful. Once again, shout out to McKay School and Miss Latanda Graves
and the
entire
principal
staff,
Miss Hay, Miss May, the principal, Miss May, and all of the scholars. If you guys are tuning in, what's going on? It was awesome, man.
It was.
What's good? It was
a great day. It was
Black
good.
Ball, man. I see you guys. What's good? Everybody tuning in. If you would like for the Fly Guy and Mr. Chicago to come out to your school, make sure or come out to your job, your place of business, your work, whatever it is, hit us up at SimeonHenderson9 at gmail.com. It's going down. Y'all see, I got the new hair going on. So I was filming the movie
Simeon
this
got a
week.
weave, y'all.
I was filming the movie. Hey, he's just mad because his hair don't grow no more. Him and Earl sitting up here bald headed, but my hair's still long. But I'm joking. But seriously, it was going down today. I did a movie. So this week, guys, I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys, but Earl, I had Fly Guy on the set with me.
It went lit.
Hey,
Fly Guy was in effect.
Fly Guy found him
till
a
y'all
girlfriend, y'all.
Oh man,
I'm gonna put the picture up. I got a picture of him sitting on the couch kissing this girl on the cheek. I'm gonna put it up.
Don't
so
tell
y'all
all
can see
my
it.
business.
No, I'm gonna put it up. No, it wasn't behind the scenes. You was doing it. I saw it. But it was cool. So the movie is called Judge Not, written and directed by Quincy J. Trent. I am the first AD on the movie, and I am playing a twin in the movie. So you'll see, it's so dope. I got to play two characters, and you'll see a distinct difference between the two characters, and it's going to be super dope. I'm just always excited to have the opportunity to share my talents with the world. And not only that, if it's something that you want to do, it's time for you to do it. I'm doing acting classes, I do life coaching classes. And the thing is, it's time for you to walk in your purpose and achieve your goals and your dreams. And there are people out here that can help you do that. So that's what we're here for. So get in tune.
And it's important to reach your full potential in life. And as Simeon said, hit us up at Simeon Henderson #9 at gmail.com. Simeon Henderson #9 at gmail.com. We would love to come out and motivate and participate and celebrate you and your journey to success. Holla at us tonight at 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. This is Intellectual Radio, Real Talk with your boy, Shy Fly Guy, and my right-hand man, Simbo.
And let's go, man. It's time to get into this thing. Let's have some fun.
So look, Simeon, all throughout America, I'm going to say it that way, everybody is talking about the disaster on Netflix, which happens to be the grossed out Good Times cartoon. Now, before we get into it, I just want to take a moment and educate the culture on the history of this TV classic. So Good Times ran from 1974 to 1979,
Right.
and it was an iconic show with some iconic actors, some trailblazers, etc. Bernadette Stannis, a very profound actress who Chicago Fly Guy had the luxury of working very closely with, was a trailblazer on that show. That was the first full family African American show. Once again, first full family African American show.
Yes.
When Esther Rolle was approached about doing the show, the writers and directors wanted Esther to accept the role as a single mother living in the projects, which was Cabrini Green in the city of Chicago, very prominent housing project. And they wanted her to be raising 3 kids in a struggle. Esther Rolle, as an actress, said to the writers and producers of the show she would not accept the role and take on the character of as Florida Evans, mother of the Evans family, unless she had a strong husband and
Right.
father figure who specifically was to be John Amos. So, with that being said, although the Evans family lived in a housing project in Chicago, there was ethics, there was moral, there was you wasn't going to come in the house having selling drugs, you wasn't going to be promiscuous. Thelma didn't end up pregnant as a teenager. Michael wasn't in the gang. It was all of these things that are distractions and societal ills the Evans family did not allow. In addition to that, Florida, the matriarch, was a strong Christian woman with faith-based values. Good Times also showed community. Commune means to come together. You saw Walona, the neighbor. You saw Johnny Brown, who was Bookman, the super of the building. You saw Wanda, who was played by late actress Helen Martin. You saw all of these people in community relations. They had a rent party. So these people came together. Fast forward to today. We
Mm-hmm.
sit in the 50th year anniversary. You heard me say Good Times ran from 1974 to 1979. Here we sit 50 years later, and the best they could offer was the production of that disgusting cartoon
Hey, let me
on
tell you like this.
Netflix.
Let me tell you like this. I started watching it. Everybody know I'm in the business. I'm in the entertainment business, in the film business, TV business. I started watching it, Earl, and I was just like, this is they're just using the name Good
It's
Times.
garbage.
It's not the same. It doesn't depict the show. It doesn't line up with the show. The only way it lines up with the show is with the name and with them having the mom and the dad and the kids. But I just think if you're gonna do a sitcom or a comedy, do it. But if you're going to align it with a classic like Good Times, you have to kind of stay true to it. So you have to stay true to it, and I think that's where they're missing it at. And I just hope that they're going to keep doing it, that they go back to the drawing board and they try to get back to the essence of what the show really is about, because it really just I couldn't even I couldn't watch it.
I didn't watch. I
I couldn't
watched the
watch it.
trailer, and the
No,
trailer
I
was
watched the
so
beginning of it.
bad. The trailer was so
The
bad,
man was standing
and
in the shower with his junk hanging out, covered in soap. I'm
how
like,
is
what
it
is that? What
right?
does that have to do? That it was nothing to do with Good Times. So
Nothing at all. And how is it that in the classic show they were elevated, they
yeah,
were evolving, they were moving out of the projects? She married the football player. They had found
mhm.
success. How do you come back to this where they're in the projects? He says, "I'm the grandson of James Evans, and I'm a drug dealer." How do you
But
get
wait,
back to
how the
that's
baby? How
regressing?
the baby a drug dealer though? How's the
But
baby?
is that so?
How's
That's what
the
happened.
baby? The 5-year-old baby is no. He got to be younger than 5
No, he younger than
because he can't even walk.
he
He
gotta be maybe
four
he's
three.
let's see he's infant, but nonetheless, here's the disservice. So are you implying that that's now the son of Thelma? That's what Thelma produced, because
That's
Thelma was pregnant when the show ended.
that's
But
Thelma's son.
it's just really sad. Whoever produced that clearly was not in touch with the reality of the iconic show.
Mm.
And we like to attach our names to stuff, and we like to quickly fatten our pockets. So we compromise. We'll do anything for $1. And that's just
I think this show
unfortunate.
I think this show is a money grab, Earl. I think it's a money grab. I think And like I said, if they're going to do a comedy, do the comedy. But if you're going to align it with uh, a classic hit like Good Times, then there should be some similarities. There should be some nuances in the show that shows what Good Times was about. So I'm gonna get off that
I don't think it'll be
soapbox.
a season two. I think it's about 10 episodes, and I don't think it'll be a season two if anybody even gets through all 10 of
Well,
those.
if they
But
do a season 2, call me to do one of the voiceovers for the real show.
well, first of all, do something classic. Do
I
something.
said, right. I said the real show.
Do
The real
something
show.
tasteful at
So-
least.
yeah, but so everybody tuning in on IG and Facebook, thank you guys for tuning in. If you'd like to be a part of the conversation today, you can call in at 708-223-8953. And make sure you guys subscribe to intellectualradio.com, Intellectual Radio on all platforms, and iHeartRadio. We are in here with Earl, the other Winfrey, and we're having a good time. So let's go into it. I want to talk about something that's very important. And this is actually something, Earl. A lot of people see me, Earl, and they think I got it all together. They think squeaky and there's not too much going
He
on.
don't have it all
But
together,
I
y'all.
want to tell you guys something. April is Minority Health Month, right? So we're going to talk about health screenings. You should get health screenings for your heart, your blood pressure, diabetes, prostate, mammograms, colonoscopies. Think about organic food versus general food. But I want to go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit to this whole. Let's go back a little bit to this whole mental piece. Um, I recently had some time to myself, and in this time that I had to myself, uh, I was thinking back to some of the things I went through, Earl, to see where I came from and the things I went through. I'm talking about some of the tragic things I went through between abuse, mentally, physically, and overcoming a lot of things. And it kind of hit me, Fly Guy. It hit me because I distinctly remember my mom telling me that I had to let it go and forgive the people that
Did
hurt
it to
me,
you. Right.
and I did that when she said it. But when I did it, I realized that I only did it because she told me I should. I
You
wasn't
really
re-
didn't release it.
I wasn't I did not release it. And sometimes it can come back to you like a ton of bricks. And I'm always encouraging people, motivating people, but sometimes the motivator needs to be motivated. Sometimes we have to understand and know that it's okay to not be okay. If you need help, you need to get help. If you need to talk to somebody, you need to talk to somebody. And a good friend of mine, I just want to say thank you to my good friend for actually asking me, how was I doing? How am I feeling? You know, is there anything that I need to talk about? Because it's one of those things where people don't know when you don't tell them. And
Right.
and we know so many people are fighting things like cancer, high blood pressure. I want to give a shout out to my brother Omar Batman. He's an older guy that I always kick it with the older guys at the cigar lounge. And I just want to say God bless you to him because he sent us a message today saying that the doctor said that he's cancer free. And that means a
Amen.
lot. That's a blessing
That is. And
because
it's good he shared that.
there's so many things going on, and we have to be aware of what we're putting in our bodies and what we're consuming.
Right.
Healthy food it can be costly. So you have to find a way to get those healthy foods and things that you need where you can keep it within your budget and you can make it happen because the hospitals, doctors are not healers. They give you they prescribe medicine. They give you things to subside the pain and things going on. But you need healing, and you get
Yeah.
healing by organic foods and organic things in your body. What's up, Eric Lane? I see you, brother, out there. So what you think about that?
Well,
Fly Guy?
first of all, brother, I know your story,
Mhm.
and I just want to say I love you publicly. You are my brother. I am my brother's keeper. You are resilient. You are a role model for perseverance.
Mhm.
You have excelled and soared beyond so much. You are not what you were treated like. You are not what your experience was, and you don't look like what you've been through. And so you have a purpose and you have God.
Thank
And
you.
God, healed every day.
Yes, sir.
Every day,
Yes,
we are
sir.
one day closer to reaching our full potential, whatever that is, whatever goals and aspirations, whatever goals and objectives we have. You are a father. You are on the right path. You are a
Mhm.
role model to your sons. You're giving away the Be Symbolic Scholarship. Your
Yes,
mother is in heaven looking down on you, and she's very proud of her son. She taught you, I can do all things through Christ
that's
which
right.
strengthens me.
That's right.
So every morning, it's a blessing to open your eyes. And when you open your eyes, you look in the mirror and you drop yourself a gem. You drop yourself an affirmation and you say, I am my mother's son. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me.
Yes,
And you
sir.
start your grind. And no matter what narrative the world has painted of you as a black man, no matter what narrative that person tried to paint of you in your young, innocent, vulnerable life. Shame on them because you were young, innocent, and vulnerable, and they mistreated
Yes,
you.
sir.
That was their choice,
Yep.
and they have to pay. Karma is real. I'm not wishing anything on
I get it.
anybody,
I
but
get it.
karma is real.
I get
You
it.
don't go through life doing people wrong and think that nothing is going to come back on you. So, brother, I'm glad to sit
Yes,
at your
sir.
right hand because I know when God is blessing your neighbor, he's in the neighborhood. So
That's
let
right.
me just bump shoulders with you, my brother. But as we go into the
Yes,
organic
sir.
food,
Let's get
so
it.
it talks a little bit. We got some statistics for you guys and
Flag, I
some
always got
research. I
statistics, y'all.
always got research. Now,
He's a
what I
stat
found
man.
is interesting is the way the system is designed. What we cannot afford
Mhm.
is what we need.
Yes.
But what we can afford and that we don't need, that's what we indulge in.
And that's the cheapest, right?
Right. So
It's the
we go into
easiest
the
to grab.
Sharks, we go into the fast food places, the Babas, and
Yep.
all of these joints in our neighborhoods. That's what we're eating. We're eating
Mhm.
gyros. We're eating all the hoagie sandwiches, the steak shops, and all of that with all the sauce and all of
Right.
that. That leads
With
to
the
high
lemon
blood
pepper.
pressure. All of that, man.
Put some extra lemon pepper
That
on that.
and look, but dude, that don't get me wrong. We all got guilty
Oh
pleasures.
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm innocent, but too much of anything is not good for you.
Right, right.
And so,
And we're not saying that you can't. You can indulge in certain foods at certain times, but it can't be 3 meals a day, 5 days, 7 days a week. You have to break up the monotony. You have to break it up a little bit, guys, and just. I want to see you guys prosper. I want to see you guys be healthy. I want to see you guys live. We have to dispel the narrative and change the narrative that black people don't live long. Man, if you see my man, I talk about Ernie Hudson. I told y'all Ernie Hudson is now on my faith board. When I'm 78, that's how I'm going to look. I got to look like Ernie Hudson when I'm 78.
man, so researchers say organic foods continue to increase in popularity across the US, with many believing eating organic is better for health. Now, eating organic means that the food hasn't experienced a lot of pesticides, a lot
Processed.
of chemicals. The animals that the food comes from have been fed specifically certain things. They have been set apart from the rest. And so that's the reason why it costs more because the animals, if you're eating organic chicken or organic turkey or whatever it is, those animals have been prepared for that. So because they have been quote unquote fed organically, if you want to
Mhm.
call it, they've eaten the premier type of feed that they get. Then when we pay for that, we're paying extra because we want to be healthy.
Dr. Kim
Research.
said, Dr. Kim, you said you and your friends were just talking about this. Dr. Kim, if you can do me a favor, call in at 708-223-8953 and give us like 2 minutes of your time because this is an important conversation. And that's what the Real Talk podcast is about. It's about being not only being entertaining, but it's about talking about real things that we need and things that's going to help us get better and help us grow. So everybody tuning in, thank you guys for joining us.
So what effects can pesticides have on children, if any at all? Well, we talked about autism on here before.
Last week,
Once again, real talk is
a
real
week before
relevant
last.
and always current. Increased exposure to pesticides can lead to increased risk of ADHD
Mhm.
and autism. So, if we, depending on what we're putting in our bodies, there's an effect
Yeah.
on how the humans responds to that and what that does to us. That's called impact. So I didn't know that pesticides could cause autism and ADHD.
Well, I knew it wasn't good. I knew it can cause a chemical imbalance. So I guess when you talk about causing a chemical imbalance, these are things that can transpire and take place because of that chemical imbalance. So we have to be careful about what we're eating, and we have to wash our foods off and things like that. I'm going to be doing a meal prep because I'm about to have surgery, and then I want to be able to be healthy and keep my body healthy, as I won't be able to do some of the things physically for a little while. So you have to be aware of that. We have a caller. Hit that. Hey,
You on with Real Talk?
what's going on, caller?
Hey guys, this is Dr. Kim.
Dr. Kim, how are
What's
you?
up, Dr. Kim? Welcome to Real Talk. What's up, Doc?
It truly is. We were just talking about that the other day. I had a scare this past weekend
Okay.
because I went on a cruise and was eating uncontrollably, and then I came and we ate a bunch of chips at work and put me in the hospital.
Wow.
They thought I had a stroke.
Oh,
So they got
wow.
my blood pressure elevated, and I'm a person kind of against the medication, but I had to take it because it kept on spiking.
Yeah, and I bet your blood pressure was high. You said you guys were eating uncontrollably, so you're talking about a lot of sodium, a lot of fried foods, a lot of sugar, and then eating those chips. That sodium, that's salt, guys, and that's one thing that's a killer in our community. It raises and elevates your blood pressure, so now your body is going haywire, and then you end up in the hospital.
Now, Dr. Kim, how much did you drink on the cruise? Now, I'm sure that you had a couple of margaritas with salt around the rim, right?
No, I'm not a big drinker, but I was just eating. They had this restaurant called Guy's Burger. You heard of Guy's.
Yeah.
And I was the double cheeseburger.
Oh, you was getting it in.
Every day. We was on there 8 days. I had one every day.
Oh, girl, that's too much.
Wow, you was getting it in, Dr. Kim.
And I bet you had it. I had all the trimmings on that mug.
All the trimmings, and then I was eating 2 entrees for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dr. Kim, you was doing it. You was. Didn't I just say moderation?
Dr. Kim,
moderation.
Kim, I know you took the doctor off your name for that trip.
We're gonna have to write the doctor a prescription.
Exactly. So from that, it's just so important. Now I was just put on medication just after yesterday.
Right.
So the medication is temporary, right? It's not. It's long. Is it long term or temporary?
It's going to be temporary to me because it happened before. So I know what I have to do to control it. Even though it's hereditary, I know that if I lose weight, I have to control it. So now I try to be proactive. So I sent my son to the store, so he cooked for me tonight, just chicken breast and broccoli, just healthy
There
food.
you go. There you go.
So,
there you go.
You know.
And that's the thing, Dr. Kim. And that's the thing, Dr. Kim. We know what to do, and it's just a matter of doing it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you have to put healthy stuff in your house as well, because you'll be sitting around and you'll get hungry and you'll eat what's available.
Yep.
So I'm glad you're all right, Dr. Kim. I'm glad you survived the cruise. And if I go on the cruise, I'll make sure all day I'll eat fruits, drink a lot of water, and then at night I can have me a real good meal, whatever I want. But if you do it in moderation, you will be okay. But if you go ham, you're gonna end up like Dr. Kim.
Well, I ain't gonna promise I'm doing it tomorrow. If I'm getting all the jerk chicken, jerk fish, rum punch, I'm getting all of that. I'm doing what Dr. Kim did. The doctor had 2 entrees. I'm gonna get 2 entrees and a dessert.
And I bet you, Dr. Kim, I bet you didn't drink a lot of water, did you?
You know what? Actually, not as much as I usually drink. But see, another issue is that I have a sister, and my sister, she says we were just talking about how easy it is to eat fast food and how expensive it is to eat healthy.
It is.
So when you guys thought, I said, what is going on? It's like you guys was on my other line. Listen, because we just literally said that, but my sister eats fast food every single day.
Every day?
Every day.
Yeah, that's not good.
So your sister has high blood pressure. Does she have high blood pressure?
She does.
That's not good. That's not good. Not every day. You gotta eat
every day.
You gotta eat some asparagus. You gotta eat some broccoli. And if you
just get a regular salad.
bake it.
Get a salad.
Well,
Get a
you can get a
salad.
salad, but you can eat fish, but bake it. You don't have to fry it. We as a culture fry everything. Everything got to be fried hard and brown.
And then we got to put cheese on everything.
But but
Everything.
yeah, that's
Put
what
some
you want
cheese.
to do.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kim, for calling in. Thank
Awesome.
you for supporting the show. Anytime that you would like to call in and be a part of the show, we are always here. Our arms are open, and we're always wishing you the best in your journey of good health. You know what to do, and we encourage you to keep doing it and tell your
Yes,
sister to do it as well.
Happy, healthy
exactly.
healing.
All right, darling.
That's right.
Take care.
That's
Bye.
right. Well, I got two new friends
There
in my
you
life now.
there you
Yes, you
go.
do.
There you
Yes, you
go.
do.
Stay in tune.
All right,
Take
guys. Thank
care.
you.
God
Okay.
bless.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's a few. We talked about broccoli. We talked about vegetables. So here are a few fruits and vegetables that are good for you that have low levels of pesticides. Avocados. Everybody can use guacamole.
Yeah.
We all like little guac. Cantaloupe, pineapple, broccoli, cabbage, and corn all have low levels of pesticides. Strawberry, spinach, grapes, apples, tomatoes, and celery have high levels of pesticide residue.
So you have to
So,
clean it good. You have to clean it good.
right. So frozen vegetables are cheaper than fresh vegetables, and they are very similar in quality. So you can economically get frozen greens or frozen spinach versus fresh greens or
Mhm.
fresh spinach, and you can get the same quality. And remember to watch out for those things that have high pesticide residue.
All right, guys, you're watching the Real Talk podcast with Simeon Henderson and your Chicago Fly Guy, and we are keeping it real. We want to see you guys prosper and grow. Shout out to everybody watching on Instagram and live on Facebook, Intellectual Radio. My man, I got to give a shout out to Coach Love, Simone. I got to give you guys a shout out. All my friends tuning in from different states. Thank you guys for supporting us as we are on this journey to give you guys real talk. So we're gonna keep the show going right now, and we're gonna talk about something. We're gonna turn the tide a little bit. Talk about something that just happened a week ago, and it was tragic. Actually, a week ago Saturday, we lost the officer
So
in Chicago.
here in Chicago, we extend our condolences from the Real Talk Show to the family of CPD officer Louis Weska. Louis Weska was on his way home after covering his shift, and unfortunately, he was gunned down.
Mhm.
And his family laid him to rest and celebrated his life just on yesterday. And so we salute him for his badge of courage and what he did to safeguard the
Yep.
city of Chicago. But Chicagoans are so frustrated
Oh
with the
man,
violence, and
it's
the violence
yeah.
has plagued so many families. And so we as a city and community leaders are trying to figure out what needs to be done. But the family of Officer Weska has
Mhm.
asked that our Chicago mayor, Brandon Johnson, and our Illinois governor, J.B. Pritzker, not attend the funeral
What they
service
did, the funeral services were yesterday, and they did not attend the funeral service
at the
because
per the request of the
per the
family.
request of the family. And there's so many
But how
different
does that
things going
feel,
on.
Simeon, as a leader? You're a leader of the city, you're the governor, and you're asked not. I'm not suggesting that the Weska
No, no,
family did
I
anything wrong, but
yeah.
it's interesting that they asked them not to come
Well,
because
yeah,
it's so much going on,
yeah,
and we feel like the city is lost. I
yeah,
felt like that family was holding them accountable.
yeah, and I think they were holding them accountable uh because they're in a position to help change the tide when it comes to the violence and things like that in Chicago. Now, should they hold them personally accountable? I don't know. But I know that when you look at what's going on, we have these conversations all the time, whether it's in a barber shop, whether it's in a beauty salon, whether it's at the radio station or in the cigar lounge. A lot of people feel that the mayor and the governor are directly responsible for making sure that they get a handle, I should say, on the violence that's going on in the city. And is that a fact? It could be a fact because Could there be more things done? We don't. I think it could be, but who am I to say? What's going on and how it's going on. But I know that this family, they have a right to feel the way they feel. They just lost a loved one to gruesome violence. I mean, unthinkable violence. And Fly Guy Earl, you guys know I was a Chicago cop for 7 years. And God blessed me to make it through that and still be here, because I had some close calls with people in the street, as far as when it came to got in a couple of shootouts and people trying to take my life or the life of the people around me. So it's one of those things where you never know what's going to happen and how it's going to happen, but we have to find a way to curb this violence in the city, not just our city, but what's going on everywhere.
What's
So
wrong with bringing in the National Guard?
I say bring them in. I say bring in the National Guard, bring in whatever you need to do, because I think if you do that, you can shut these streets down. What you think, Earl? I think we can shut streets down, because here's the key: when someone of prominence gets shot down and killed, they shut it down. So why can't we do that to try to get these guns off the street and stop the violence? We have to just take up our reins, and we have to shut it down.
Not enough is being done. And shout out to the family for acknowledging the fact that they
Yes.
are displeased with the way the leadership is
Yeah.
handling
They
things.
took a stand.
They did.
So yeah. So
They
guys,
did.
so yeah, we gonna get off all that tough stuff, and we're gonna get on to something that we love to do. Man, it's so funny, Earl, how we start the show at 8 o'clock, and before you know it, it's like 8:35. And that's right, time flies when you're having fun. So you guys know we always do the letter, the person to person letter, for your situationship. And this week I get to read the letter. I think you read the last one, right, Fly Guy?
You read, bro.
Okay, I get to read the letter.
You get to read it.
I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna say, because we wait until the show to read it, so you guys can get it get it. We can give it to you guys, raw and unfiltered. So here it goes. Dear Real Talk, I love your show. I appreciate the topics and advice that you offer your listeners. I hope you find my letter credible enough to read. Um, I could really use your feedback. So, my teenage granddaughter is now living with me due to some family concerns I would rather not disclose. What I would like to disclose is this. Um, my granddaughter is completely boy crazy. All I ever overhear her talking about with her little girlfriends on the phone are the many boys they like. Every week I hear a different name reference. New week, new boy. Okay. I nearly caught her engaging in something compromising online. I went to her bedroom to let her know I was going to run to the post office to pick up a package. When I opened the door to inform her, like rapid fire, she slammed her computer shut. After instructing her to open the computer, she insisted it was just she and her girlfriends clowning around. I found myself becoming angry as my 15-year-old granddaughter began trying to challenge me on trust. She stated if I trusted her, I would trust she wasn't lying about what she was engaging in on her computer. I have established a bond with my granddaughter. I want her to feel as though she can come to me and talk about anything without feeling ashamed. So I backed off. Real talk, I'm really struggling with how to approach my granddaughter on the serious topic of dealing with the opposite sex. I don't want her to be identified as a casual object, if you know what I mean. Yes, we know what you mean. Okay. Can you please offer me a strategy? Signed, little old lady living in a shoe, got one grandchild, and don't know what to do. I love black people. I love black people. So let's get into this. We work with kids all the time. I have a daughter, and you have to trust them to a point, but you also have to be real. We know all the things that's going on in the world, on social media, the internet, how everything is at the tip of their fingers. They can watch anything. and there are predators out here. So if you want to protect your granddaughter, you have to keep it real with her. And you have to stop being her friend for a minute. Stop being her friend and be her parent. Because evidently, if she's living with you, although she's your granddaughter, you're her parent. So you have to explain to her and let her know how much you love her and why you need to know what she's doing, because you're trying to protect her and keep her safe.
Wow. Well, it's a couple things going on in here with me. So the fact that she's boy crazy and she slammed the computer shut identified that she was doing something
She's
she
doing something
clearly didn't have no business doing.
Definitely.
So maybe she's in the chat. Maybe she was talking to an older guy. You never know what our young people are allowing themselves to get engaged in, and they don't understand the ramifications and how dangerous something is. Somebody could lure them somewhere, saying, "Meet me in a park" or something,
Yep.
and something just goes completely south.
Next
So
thing you
what
know,
I
they mess.
recommend you do, little old lady who lived in the shoe, got one grandchild and don't know what to do, snatch
That's
that
funny.
computer. Snatch that computer. Go in the room, snatch the computer, open it up, make her give you the password, and look at what she's looking at.
Yep.
Because you need to know what she's experiencing and what she's allowing herself to be exposed to. It's probably more than just the little teenage boy at school.
Yeah, and if she wants you to trust her, then she has to be open.
Exactly. And she's got to give trust in order to get trust.
Facts.
She's got to show herself to be mature and responsible. And if she cannot do that, snatch the computer.
Yep. Hey, so little old lady that lived in the shoe, I hope we helped you. Okay. Because this is a serious thing. And don't take it lightly, and stop trying to be her friend and be the parent you need to be, so you can find out what's
Well, I
really
don't know if
going
she's
on.
trying to be her friend. She said they bonded, and it's something that's already going on in the family because she said that the granddaughter lived with her due to for some family matters
Mhm.
that she didn't want to disclose. So something already has become a trigger in the young person's life, and the young lady is now living with the grandmother. So the grandmother is probably trying to tread lightly because she doesn't want to send the little girl, the young lady, over the edge.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Well,
so I don't know if she's trying to be a friend, but you're
yeah.
gonna definitely have to enforce that guardianship that you now have with your granddaughter.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. She might have to push her over the edge. Yeah, let's keep going.
It says the daddy with the daughter.
Yep. He's got might have to push her over the edge. So we gonna keep going, guys. If you guys if you want to chime in on the person to person letter, you can call in and tell us what you think and give us your opinion. 708-223-8953. Also, we want you to understand and know that if there's a letter that you want to send in, you can send it to Simeon Henderson9 at gmail.com for advice on your situationship or anything that you're dealing with. So we will do our best to give you some good sound advice. What you got next,
Now,
Fly Guy?
Sim, we got a lot of viewers out there, and it's a whole lot of people in the dating world. Those of you in the dating world, this is your opportunity to hit us up at Real Talk 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953, and let us know how you identify your good first date question. Now, we know that when you go on your first date, when you start kicking it, you in that honeymoon phase. Everything is good.
Right.
Everybody smell good. Everybody look good. Everybody doing their best. But then shortly after, the mask start gradually coming down.
The representative leaves the building.
You start seeing the monster. Sometimes it's the ugly part of them. And so when we start dating, there are some key things that we should probably be inquiring about.
And what
One of the things I would be asking people is, how many baby if women, how many ask that brother, how many baby mamas you got, how many kids you got? Brothers, ask her how many baby daddies you got, how many kids you got. Because what that does is you're always involved with the third party.
Yeah.
It's always somebody else in the mix when it's
more
children
than
involved.
one baby daddy is a what's that?
But that's the modern day dating world.
No, forget that.
No, because most people got kids.
Yeah, no, but I'd say multiple.
That kids
No,
plural.
if you
They
got
got
one baby daddy or one baby mama, okay. But then you got like 2, 3
if
baby
you got two, that's
daddies.
too many.
That's too
Why
many.
you having kids by multiple people?
That's too
Now,
many.
if you have a child in your early years and you get married, that's different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you've evolved.
But we
But
talking
if
about
you just
babies.
got 4 kids and they got 3 out of the 4 got 3 different daddies, that's not a good thing.
That's a
That's
lot.
just not a good thing.
That's a lot.
And brothers, the same thing for you. It's equal opportunity. We think that it's okay to have 5 different women. You got a woman in the suburbs, 2 on the south side, 2 on the west side, and 1 up
And
north.
some guys think
That
that's
ain't
cool. That's
cool.
not cool. Look at my man Tyreek Hill. Used to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now he's with Miami. This man just came out early and said he think he got about 10 baby mamas.
That's
Like
ridiculous.
like
That's irresponsible.
why do you think it's cool to tell everybody that?
But why do you think it's cool to have done
10
it? That's
Earl,
irresponsible.
10 baby mamas.
That's
Come
You
on,
couldn't
man.
stop by a gas
He trying to
station or
catch
a
up with
Walgreens.
he trying to catch up with Nick Cannon.
You couldn't stop by a gas station or a Walgreens, brother. Y'all ain't been to a Planned Parenthood yet.
Man, look.
That ain't cool, brother.
That's not cool.
I'm just saying, if you gonna be active, act responsibly.
Yeah,
That's all
and
I'm
not only
saying.
that, think about the kids, man. You got all these different kids spread out all over different cities and different baby mamas. Like that's crazy.
So that's for me. That would be my first. What would be your first date question, Sam?
My first question is you crazy? No, I'm joking. No, my first question would be now. Let's say I would ask
Or think
where do
back.
you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, that's intelligent.
I would ask that question.
No,
because
that's intelligent.
where do
That's
you
a
see
good one.
yourself in 5 years? What are some of your goals and aspirations? What are you trying to do with your life? Like
Exactly.
you need to know these things.
You do need to know what a person's purpose is. What is their drive? What's their push? So I think that's great. And those are things that we don't ask or we don't think to ask. And then when we get involved with people, we see that they not really going nowhere and they ain't taking us nowhere.
True.
But we didn't ask where they was going for themselves. If I don't love me, how am I love you?
Facts.
So that's what people have to learn.
Facts.
So call us with your question, 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. Real Talk, the Intellectual Podcast at the Intellectual Radio Studio Lounge.
Let us know what you think. Remember, guys, this is Intellectual Radio, where we are feeding your brain. Okay. So many times we watch reality shows, we see all the buffoonery, we see all the craziness. Come on, man. We watch the news and they might have one good story on the news. Everything else is tragic, right? So we need to start talking about things that make sense, things that's going to help people. And talking about helping people, man, I want to give a big shout out to the Chicago Sky as we have attained Angel Reese, the Bayou. What is the Bayou
She
Barbie?
was the Bayou Barbie, but now she's
And-
the Shy Barbie.
And not only that, my girl Camila Cardoza from South Carolina, my girl Don Staley. Let me tell you something. I'm excited about, and you guys know I coach girls basketball. So I am super excited about what's going on and what's happening. And I just want to give you a couple things about Angel Reese real quick. So, we can do sports too on this show. Angel Reese, entering her senior season, Reese was named an AP preseason All-American and preseason SEC Player of the Year. LSU was ranked number 1 by the AP in the preseason poll. We know that they won the championship last year. Angel Reese, she's on December 19th. She shared Sporting News with the Athlete of the Year honors with Caitlin Clark. Shout out to Caitlin Clark as well. At the end of the regular season, Reese was named SEC Player of the Year, and she while earning first team All SEC, All American, All Defensive Team recognition, and she led LSU to the Elite Eight of the 2024 tournament. And that's Angel Reese. Let me give you a quick blurb on my girl, Camila Cardoza. And guys, I will be in South Carolina filming this weekend for 5 days, and I will go by to South Carolina to get me a championship T-shirt. Letting you know right now, I get to go down there where the Gamecocks have been killing it. So here she is, real quick. She's a native of Montes Claros, Brazil. Cardosa played high school basketball for Hamilton Heights Christian Academy in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where she averaged 24.1 points, um, 15.8 rebounds, and 9.2 block shots a game. Beast mode in full effect. She played in the McDonald's All-American game and the Jordan Brand Classic. Now, as a freshman at Syracuse, Cardoza was the team's starting center and averaged 13.6 points, 8 rebounds, and 2.7 block shots per game. Now, becoming the first player in the program history to win the Atlantic Coast Conference Freshman of the Year. All right. She shared Defensive Player of the Year honors, and she on April 7th, Cardozo was named the NCAA basketball tournament most outstanding player following a dominant 15-point, 17-point rebound performance in her team's 2024 national championship win. Shout out to these great women playing the sport basketball, and they are now here in Chi City.
Yes.
It's going down.
I'm looking forward to going to a WNBA game. I went to see this guy and hung out with Courtney and geeked it in the locker room with the ladies. I had a good time. I mean, they welcomed the fly guy in that piece. We had a good time. So I'm hoping that the Barbie will let me come, Angel Reese, hang out with her in the locker room.
What you mean you? You mean us?
Us? Yes.
Hey,
us. You know,
quiet as kept. We got a hookup on Wintrust, so we in there. We got a hookup.
We in this piece,
and
so
we
I'm
also
looking forward to it.
Me too. And also, guys, we got another great player from Gonzaga University, Brianna Maxwell. She's also going to be playing with the Sky. And in her first season with the Zags, Maxwell started 28 games and saw action in 32 games this year. Right.
These girls are tight.
She made the second most 3-pointers this year and led the Zags in 3-point percentage at 48.3%. So they I think Gonzaga, they did really good in the playoffs, and she just did really well. So we got some promising prospects coming this year. So this summer, starting in May, Chicago Sky basketball is going to be lit.
I'm claiming that we're gonna host the championship celebration in Grand Park. So
let's do it.
That's us.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm there. This piece.
I'm there.
This piece.
Are we gonna have to get our producer Earl Winfrey to pull some strings or just throw our name in a hat somewhere? But it's time.
Earl
guys.
got it. Earl is the man. Earl is gonna be the new mayor.
Hey,
Brandon
man.
Johnson, you out of here.
Hey man, get off. Oh, I ain't gonna even say it. But anyway,
in reality, as we look at reality entertainment, your boy, former NBA Laker himself, Lamar Odom.
Man, I'm so tired of these people.
Man, Lamar says he regrets leaving Taraji P. Henson for Khloe Kardashian. Lamar said Taraji was a better woman. Now that he's looking back in retrospect, he said Taraji was more talented. Taraji has better skills. I think he probably found out the Kardashians are what we call gold diggers.
What was that song, Earl and Fly Guy, that I sang that one day? Looking back over the years, I guess I shedded some tears. That's what Lamar was saying when he thought back about Taraji.
But I think Lamar had a lot of issues of his own.
Of course.
I think Lamar, we know Lamar, he
almost died.
I'm glad he bounced back.
He almost died.
He did, but I'm glad he bounced back. Yeah. Lamar he came back, and I want to say he redeemed himself. He came back and he did some good things afterwards, and I saw him platformed, and I'm proud. He has a testimony because his struggle could help somebody else overcome.
Yeah.
So Sim, you into sports. Tell me this. Why is it that a lot of our athletes do childlike behavior? So what I'm talking about, Kansas City Chief, NFL star. Now, Kansas City Chiefs just won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Rashid Rice, how you getting sued over $10 million because you racing in a Lamborghini against your boy in a Corvette and cause havoc that hurts other people, and now you at a $10 million loss in a lawsuit?
Man,
What,
that's
why are we doing that?
brother. I'm gonna just be
He evil
candid.
Knieveling down the street.
No, I'm just gonna be candid, brother. It's ignorance. And what is ignorance? That means just not knowing. There's nobody telling him better. There's nobody pushing him to do better. Because if you got the right people in your ear, they're going to tell you that's not a good idea. You need people around you to tell you that that's not a good idea. I mean, it's one of those things, man. You got the world at your fingertips. You have success. You're winning. You're doing what you worked hard to do. And now you want to throw it away or squander it by making really bad decisions. And I'm telling you right now, we have to, if we're going to be a real friend or a real brother or family member, we have to tell these people, I don't care how much money they're making, how much fame they're having. If it's wrong, it's wrong. And we got to teach them how to do things better.
I agree, brother. I think it's reckless behavior. I think that sometimes we think we're invincible and that certain things are not applicable to us because of the level of success we have, and or we have a little money and we can bail ourselves out.
Yeah,
I
but
got my bond
you
money.
can't always bail yourself out
You
because
can't always
you
bail
do something
yourself.
stupid and you take somebody's life. Ain't gonna be no bailout.
It's not a bailout, and also you can damage your name and tarnish yourself. That nobody wants to have anything to do with you. It's just like begging, bumming. I hate to see you coming. Give me, let me, can you spare? You see that person
Hey,
coming,
y'all,
and you
Shy got
turn the other
old. I
day.
ain't never heard that before.
I'm
Earl,
the
you ever
Shy
heard
Fly
that before?
guy. I'm the Shy Fly
Earl
guy.
heard that before.
That's
too,
why. Earl is the super producer.
Hey,
I told you.
He know every. That's this intellectual radio.
Oh,
He's smart.
Earl and already upstage Brandon Johnson.
He's a smart guy.
So,
I mean, you can't have an intellectual radio platform and not be
right.
smart. I guess
You can't have intellectual radio and need a tutor.
right.
Come on.
I'm not playing with you.
Come
Oh
on,
man. Hey guys, so hey, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I told you guys this 50 minutes was gonna be hot, and we've actually been on 52 minutes, and we're about to get ready to get out of here. But before we get out of here, we always like to leave you guys with some words of encouragement, some rules, some things that can help you through the rest of your week until you see us again.
So I want you guys keep up with me. I'm your Shy Fly guy, Shelton Fly Guy Smith on Facebook. I'm Shelton Fly Guy Smith on Instagram, and I'm your Shy Fly Guy on TikTok. Catch me with the reels, man. I bring them, baby. My inspiration for you tonight is do know, always remember, never forget. Time heals almost everything. You just have to give it time. Time heals us physically, time heals us spiritually, time heals us mentally, and time heals us emotionally. Things take time. We want things now. We live in a world where everything is microwave. Everything has to happen right now. Take your time. Find your peace. Own your moment. Don't let anybody tell your story. Be the narrative that you want people to know about you. Everybody you see on social media saying, I'm living my best life. Your fly guy tells you to live out loud. Live out loud, unashamed and unapologetic. You owe the world nothing but the best version of you. And in time, that's what the world will receive. I'm your fly guy.
Okay, fly guy. And I'm your host, Simeon Henderson, aka Mr. Chicago. And guys, remember, no matter what you do, no matter what you do, no matter what's going on, at some point, you got to let it go. Let go of those things that happened to you, those things that beat you down, those things that held you back, those things that scarred you. At some point, you have to grab a hold of it and you have to let it go, not for anybody else, but for yourself. And when you let it go for yourself, then and only then will you find peace and you can prosper and you can go. Check me out on Simeon Henderson at everything, IntellectualRadio.com, iHeartRadio, the Real Talk Podcast with Simeon Henderson and your fly guy. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. See you next time. Peace.
Shout out to my loners and the